Hello again, guys. Today we're going to be talking about something for all you newly minted grapplers out there. We're going to be explaining 11 of the most commonly used jiu-jitsu terms to get you all caught up on the official jiu-jitsu lingo so that you're no longer in the dark when your coach or teammates are talking. So let's roll this intro and we'll get right into it. Welcome back. Term number 1, guard. One of the most basic concepts in jiu-jitsu. The guard is anytime you're on your back with your legs in between yourself and your partner. And this is something that's going to allow you to control the distance between the two of you and also put your partner off balance. So hopefully you can set up some attacks, sweeps, submissions, etc. Some examples of the guard are obviously closed guard. You also have butterfly guard and half guard, but these are by no means the only guards. If I was to name every single guard that I've ever seen, we would be here all day. Ain't nobody got time for that. Term number 2, sweep. Just as the guard is one of the most basic positions in jiu-jitsu, the sweep is one of the most basic attacks in jiu-jitsu. This is any time that you have your opponent in your guard from the bottom and you manage to transition to the top and maintain the top position. The sweep is to jiu-jitsu what the takedown is to wrestling. Because once you have established the top position, you can work on going for better positions such as mount, back control, side control, and even start working submissions from there. Term number 3, pass. This is going to be any time that your opponent has you in their guard and you manage to get past their legs without them standing up or giving up their back. What passing your opponent's guard allows you to do is start looking for dominant positions where you can land punches in a fight or start to attack a submission to end the fight. Term number 4, submission. This is going to be any attack where if your opponent continues to fight you, they're going to risk severe injury or being choked unconscious. This would be the point in a fight where your opponent would be at your mercy. So for all intents and purposes, this would be the end of the fight. Submissions usually come in the form of joint locks such as knee bars, arm bars, or kimuras, or chokes such as the Darce choke, anaconda choke, and guillotine choke. Building right onto that, term number 5, tap out. This is where you use your hand to tap on your partner, usually about 3 times, to let them know, hey, you got me. This is a solid submission. If I keep fighting you, you're gonna put me to sleep or injure me. So I'm letting know you got me. Let's start over. Term number 6, stabilize. This is something you'll usually hear a coach shout out when their student has either swept or past their opponent's guard. All it means to stabilize is to slow down the pace once you have established a dominant position so that it becomes a lot harder for your opponent to create spaces with which they can use to escape. If you are good at stabilizing dominant positions, this will allow you to dictate the pace and where your match takes place, which will help to give you an upper edge anytime that you compete. Term number 7, scramble. This is going to be the opposite of stabilizing. This is where you create space to escape an unfavorable position that your opponent is trying to put you in. If your opponent is trying to pass your guard, that would be a great time to scramble to prevent them from getting the points for passing. Or if they try to sweep you, you could also scramble from there to prevent them from establishing the top position. It's best to scramble before your opponent is able to stabilize the position and lock you down, because once you've stopped moving, you have less momentum, and it's a lot harder to build it up from there to create enough space to get out of. Number 8, guard retention. This is simply your ability to keep your opponent in front of your legs, i.e. in some form of your guard. Usually when your opponent tries to pass one of your guards, you're going to end up transitioning into some different guard and switching up your attack from there. Guys, I can't tell you how important this skill is. If you have really good guard retention, you're going to end up frustrating so many of your opponents, and because of that, they're going to start reaching, making mistakes, and that is going to be a prime opportunity to unleash your attacks on them. Term number 9, rolling. This is gonna be the part of training where you're not drilling moves with no resistance, but your partner is actively resisting you in real time. Rolling is actually one of the reasons why jiu-jitsu is such an effective martial art as opposed to all those martial arts where people just drill and do forms all the time. Because rolling with live resistance is gonna allow you to see how good your jiu-jitsu is and give you honest feedback with which you'll be able to improve upon. Term 10, flow roll. This is actually halfway in between drilling and live rolling. Basically, you're going to be rolling with your partner. However, the two of you are going to be going back and forth, letting each one of you work a couple techniques in turn before the next person switches on to work their techniques. This is actually a great way of fine-tuning some of the movements that you struggle with and can't really hit that well in live rolling. Term number 11, framing. Framing is where you use your arms as a wedge to keep your partner from putting their weight on top of you. Usually you'll see people do this from half guard, from bottom side control. Framing is all about using leverage instead of strength to control your partner's weight. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. If you guys found this helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so that YouTube will show this video to other people. If you guys are new around here, I'm Jedi. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 7 years. I make 2 quality jiu-jitsu videos just like this one every single Monday and Friday. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of them. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Remember, stay consistent and anything is possible. Peace.